DV lottery is processed every fiscal year, and every fiscal year I mean from the 1st of October of each year to 30th of September in each year. So if you win a DV lottery, you only have 1 year to start the immigration application process and prove to the consular and the United States immigration that you are eligible and you are a worthy candidate to migrate to the United States of America. And on today's video, we are diving in more about the DV lottery. And DV lottery is for the lucky guys. You know, we talked about that, right? And these guys can win DV lottery and not come to the United States of America. So this video, we are going to understand why will you or can you win a DV lottery and not find yourself in the United States of America, guys. You can be selected, you can start the immigration process, but you might be denied visa or simply win and not migrate to the United States of America. So that is what the entire video is all about. And if you are new here, my name is Marion Tinah. I do videos in relation to the immigration process to the United States of America. Yes, I've done this, and I'm talking about this in regards to my personal experience. I'm not a lawyer, and this is not a legal advice for anyone. I also do videos in regards to weight loss. We're going to talk about weight loss. We're going to talk about self-care tips. We're going to talk about nursing in the United States of America. So we are a full house, guys. And if you're new here, do remember to subscribe, do remember to share, do remember to comment, and not forget to hit the bell notification button. Before I dive into the DV lottery and why you won't come to the United States of America, why don't we understand what is the DV lottery, when is DV lottery being processed, then dive deep in the video, right? So DV lottery, as we said earlier, or as I have stated earlier, guys, DV lottery is just the immigration, the United States immigration, offering immigration application or offering visas to candidates or to citizens immigrating from low immigration status to the United States of America. That means they have not exceeded the number to migrate to the United States of America. Like, they're offering you this opportunity to apply for DV lottery, which is one of the easiest way to relocate to the United States of America. If you win, then start the process of processing the DV lottery and then migrating to the United States of America and becoming a legal permanent resident, enjoying all the rights as American citizen except the right to vote and hold a public office. DV lottery is processed every fiscal year, and every fiscal year I mean from the 1st of October of each year to 30th of October in each year. So if you win a DV lottery, you only have 1 year to start the immigration application process and prove to the consular and the United States immigration that you are eligible and you are a worthy candidate to migrate to the United States of America. For example, the people who did win the 2022 registration right now, their green cards or their visas are being processed from the 1st of October, which is going to be the fiscal year 2024. So let's dive in. Why would you win a DV lottery, get selected, be lucky, and not end up in the United States of America, guys? You're wondering as I'm wondering, right? At number 1 is not meeting the eligibility criteria. People lie and people think they can always get with lies. Here, not meeting the eligibility criteria is when you're applying for DV lottery, they are just questionnaires that you need to fill. But when it gets to now visa processing, you need to offer them a proof of what you answered in your questionnaire. So the two most eligibility criteria that people get denied for, or people don't qualify for the visa immigration, the visa processing, the next stage after winning DV is 1, you are required to have a high school diploma or its equivalent, right? And when I need high school diploma here, I mean you went through the high school education and you graduated, not just going and dropping out and thinking that now you're eligible. No, you have to have a high school diploma, and that high school diploma means you are a graduate of a high school diploma or its equivalent. So you find someone says, oh, let me just try and apply. Yes, you apply, you win, but you know very well you don't meet this criteria. So that is one reason why either you will be denied or you won't even proceed to the next level, because you will be asked for proof of your certificate for high school diploma and you don't have. And another eligibility criteria is you have to, I'm gonna read this because most of the time it's just hard to know. You must have 2 years of qualifying work experience in the last 5 years as defined by the labor laws in the United States of America. So in the last 5 years, you must have 2 years work experience, and it must be qualifying, and you must have a proof. Let's say that is what you used as a qualifying criteria, right? Yet you don't have a job. You can't just say, okay, of course, you can't just go in and say like, you know what? Yes, I've been working. Where's the proof? The proof here is one, letter of employment from your employer with their contact information to confirm, and the company that you're working for, and let it be a legal, legitimate company. Another under the eligibility criteria is the qualifying country. As I said, DV lottery is about picking people from these different countries that qualify to participate in the DV lottery. There are countries that are not allowed to participate in the DV lottery. One of them is Mexico. Let's say you're from Mexico and you go ahead and say you're from Brazil. You were born in Brazil just to participate in the green card lottery. And then you win the green card lottery. Then you have to prove your eligibility in regards to qualifying country. You don't have anything. You can't prove it. Or under the eligibility country, you go ahead and accidentally choose the wrong country. Let's say you choose a country in Europe, yet you were born in Africa or you're born in Asia. So your case number is gonna reflect the Europe. And how are you gonna prove that you were born and you're qualifying as a European? So that is one thing that leads to automatic disqualification or you being denied a visa and not ending up in the United States of America. So guys, when you're filling out the DV lottery, please be sure that you read the instructions. Be sure that you go ahead and be honest. The second reason is going to be about your marital status. This is common, even not with just the DV lottery. It is common with people just thinking that, you know, I can lie on my marital status and get married and do the application and go ahead. So how does marriage status implicate you being denied or being disqualified to process your immigration visa? This is it. When you're applying for the DV lottery, you want to increase your chances, right? You've been having this quote-unquote boyfriend and you're like, okay, we are going to apply as married, right? So let's say I apply a DV lottery and decide to write Victor as my husband, right? I write Victor as my husband, and I probably didn't consult Victor that I'm going to hire them. Or two, I consulted Victor and also Victor did put in their information to write like he's married. Good luck. I win, right? Now I want to start applying the visa process. Remember, between October or November when you applied DV and May is a long period of time for a person that you're not married with change their mind and marry someone else. Just be honest. Just if you're married, write you're married. If you're not married, write you're not married. If you're gonna win, you are going to win. And once you win and you're with this person and you guys can prove your relationship over time, you guys can get married and process your DV together. But lying for the purpose of increasing your chances of winning is just absurd to me. Yes, if you guys are married, fine and good, but if you guys are doing it for immigration purposes, that is fraud and that is a crime. So please Always when you're applying the DV, you never know. You might win, but just that one mistake will disqualify you or will get your visa denied. Another thing that can make you not process your DV lottery is your children.
What's the meaning of this?
When you're applying for your DV, you write you have 2 children. You decide like, my sister has 2 children. She's applying for the DV. I'm applying for the DV. Let me do this. Let me have her children so that when I win, I can go with the children. Remember, you have to prove that these are your children because the United States immigration has dealt with this and they know. So for you to get away with such of a lie, you probably are a genius than even the immigration system. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't have children, you don't have children. Don't hurt other people's children. If you legally adopted your sister's children or you legally adopted any other child, you can add them and you have to prove and get their legal adoption papers offered to you by the courts or by your legal system to prove that you legally adopted this kid. Not the ones that you're staying with. Not the one you've decided to pay school fee or sponsor. No. Another children's scenario is, which actually happened, guys, is this lady was applying for the DV and I believe it was the last minute and she didn't have pictures for the kids, and this happened in Nairobi and it was very, very sad. So she applied as a single person with no kids, and when she went, she progressed very well, went for her interview. She did her interview and she aced her interview and she was told her visa was approved. 3 days later, she gets an email that we need for you to come for a second interview due to some changes and new development in your case. So she is told, please come in with your phone. So she came in with her phone and they started telling her, we will be calling people randomly from your phone. She was asked, do you have kids? Of course. And then she said no. And then she was asked to kindly provide her phone. And she provided her phone. And they randomly called people in her presence. And the person that they called among the list was the father of her kid. And because he was innocent, he didn't know. They asked her, do you know this person? Yes. What is your relationship to this person? And they said, she's my baby mama and she has my 2 kids. And that's how she got disqualified, and that's how she was not given a visa. Remember, there are people outside here who are not happy for you, because the moment somebody can realize that, they can report you to the immigration and they get rewarded close to $10,000 US. So if somebody can make you not immigrate for them to get the $10,000, people are just different. But also it comes to one thing, integrity. It comes to one thing, honesty. Just be honest. If you filed for your babies and your babies didn't have, if you applied for the DV lottery without your babies in the first place, just don't apply it, because you might win and this data is stored. You might say, okay, I won this time, I didn't put in my babies, let me forget about it, let me apply next time. This data is stored in the system. It might implicate you in the future. That is another reason why you might win but not find yourself in the United States. Criminal record. There's some criminal records that the US immigration or any other country won't allow you to come to the United States of America. And I'm just gonna say them randomly. If you are in the militia group, nobody wants you to come to the United States of America. So you can apply for the DV lottery, win, and how will they know this? The police clearance. Remember, immigrant visa always have to provide a police clearance certificate. You have to provide a police clearance certificate for any country you've lived for more than 6 months when you are the age of 16 and above. So if you know you've lived in a country and the age of 16 and above and you have a criminal record in those countries, please, you'll have to produce a police clearance. And if you have the criminal records that the United States deem as a high threat to his citizens, then yes, you will be denied your visa and you will not proceed with visa application. Under the criminal records also, an overstay in the United States, that will disqualify you. So just make sure as you apply for this DV lottery, do a self-assessment. Make sure you're being honest. Make sure your criminal record looks good. And that those criminal records that, guys, won't deter you from moving to the United States of America. I had a friend who was put under investigation because they had a criminal record. And after 2 years, they were cleared and they're in the United States of America. So it depends with the extent of the crime that you did. There are some crimes, petty crimes that you did, and you've served your time and you're cleared, then that you're good to go. But those that are deemed of a threat to the American citizen, and you will be disqualified. This is the last one, and it's the most sad one. Run out of processing time. So the DV lottery allocate 55,000 visas for people that are selected or for its selectee, but they select close to 130 people. So you have 55,000 visas, but you're selecting 130 plus people. That means they know the people who will be disqualified. They know there are people who won't even go ahead and start the application process. They know. So they are going to kind of pick a lot of people so that the ones that got disqualified offers an opportunity to these other persons, right? So the higher your case number, the lower the chances of you getting a visa, and the higher you will run out of the processing time. Remember, DV lottery is processed within 1 year, within a fiscal year. And if you run out of that fiscal year, sweetheart, that's how your dream evaporates or your dream is done. Like, it's unfortunate the DV lottery people, the fiscal year that is just ending right now, they've run out of the visas. They've issued all the visas and they've just let those people who won and who are in the process that they're sorry, but that's it. And that is where they say winning a DV lottery is not a guarantee that you're going to come to the United States of America, guys. And the US immigration lays it out wide, bare, and clear. So if you know you are going to apply the DV lottery, or you already won and you're in the process, do a self-check and ask yourself if these reasons will make you not get your DV.